and welcome to another session on freshersworld.com's YouTube channel. My name is Krupa Balakrishna and this session is dedicated to sales interviews and the questions asked in sales interviews. The first most commonly asked question in a sales interview is what interests you most about this position? Here they're trying to see and understand if you're really interested in their company and in the aspect or in the career of sales. So if you are experienced or have experience in sales, you could probably say, I have sold to the target customer that your company sells goods to, or I have sold to the same demographic of customers that your company has sold goods to, and I would like to work more in that particular area considering I already have work there. Or you could also say that when I achieve sales, it gives me a satisfaction. It makes me feel like I have achieved something, and that is the reason why I'm into sales. Now, this is something you can say if you are a fresher. Apart from this, another question that they would definitely ask you is what motivates you? Remember that selling is not a very easy task. There are times when you will be faced with rejections. There are times when you'll have to meet sales targets and you have very little time left. So what they're trying to see is how good you are with rejections, how good you are to deal stress, and what you need to really show them or demonstrate to them is that you are a person who motivates yourself and sometimes even others. So self-motivation is what they're looking for here. You could definitely say that rejections do disappoint me for some time, but I believe in learning from them, and that's when I motivate myself by doing something that makes me happy and then getting back to sale. I believe in bouncing back to work as soon as possible. The next common question that they usually ask is how good you are at handling rejection or criticisms. Now, what they're again trying to see is if you have the patience and the logic to deal with these kind of situations. You will be faced with customers who will be rude to you. You will be faced with customers who will be harsh on you and sometimes even reject your proposal or even reject your idea. What you need to do at such instances is to put across, to empathize with the customer and to put across your point in a way that pleases the customer. So your employers here are trying to understand if you have the empathy factor in you and if you're able to sell to the customer from the point of view of the customer's needs. That is what sells maximum products. You need to demonstrate where you have dealt with rejections in your past. If you are a fresher, you could give examples where maybe you have been part of a group where you suggested an idea for a project and it wasn't taken very well or it was rejected. You could talk about how you dealt with that rejection, and even if you have convinced them to go ahead with the project, you could talk about how you convinced them to go ahead with that project. Remember, as a fresher, for sales interviews and even for other interviews, the best thing you could do to give examples is to derive them from your past experiences, and you would be better off by using evidences with numbers. For instance, if there was a time where you did intern at a place and you caused an improvement in their sales or a reduction in their fines, you could definitely show that in percentages. The next commonly asked question is, have you consistently met your sales goals? There are two things you're trying to see here. One, if there is consistency in your achievements or your work pattern, and two, if you are able to meet your goals regularly or at a regular rate. So here you could probably give examples of all the times that you have met your goals. They could be small, they could be big, they could be anything involving numbers, something which is not quantitatively described as well. You can give either of them as examples, but make sure that you derive them from your real life incidents. Do not make up something because your hirer can easily spot lies. You could maybe say that during my past job as a customer service representative, I ensured that my daily sales target of 11 sales was always met, and thus I contributed towards improving my team's performance by about 10%. If you are a fresher, you could give examples of where you set goals for yourself, maybe a goal of completing a project on time and how you did it. That also will definitely be a sufficient answer. Now, coming to the most interesting and most common question of all, sell me this pen or sell me this particular product. Here, any answer can be a wrong answer. What they're trying to see is how you're selling a particular product. They're trying to see your pattern, your behavior, your body language, and many other aspects here. But most importantly, they're trying to see what strategies you are using to sell the particular pen. Here, what would be the best thing to do is to focus on the aspects of the pen. So focus less on the selling and more on the attributes or the product features or the features of the particular pen. Now that you know what could be the possible best answers, we would be interested in knowing what answers you might give to this particular question of sell me this pen. Do comment your answers in the comment section below, and we will definitely be watching for them. So that's about the most common questions asked in a sales job or a sales job interview. Do stay tuned in for more such videos, and do not forget to like this video and to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.